Everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of Reach Talkies. And I think Abhinya has already given a presentation on how to be a content writer, and now she's going to talk about something that is a step ahead, because something where you should start understanding content marketing in order to align your content that has to work well with the customer who is in the receiving end of your content. So she's going to talk about content marketing, and it's going to be one of the basics steps that will take you to better write content. And I give the floor to you, Abhinya. Keep your video on and you can start your thing. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about content marketing 101. So first let me share this. So what is basically content writing? So in today's digital world, nearly every brand is doing content marketing in one way or the other. It is basically creating and publishing content that the audience prefer. It means that you create a content that your audience want, and you give it to them for free in order to make them visit your website and build a relationship with them. So the main purpose of creating a content is to attract visitors to your website. So it will help your business to engage with them and convert potential audience into potential customers. So here are some of interesting stats about content marketing. So nearly 92% of businesses today use content marketing. So studies show that they spend nearly 28% of their total marketing budget in content marketing alone. And mainly people prefer quality over quantity. This means that even if you are posting only one blogs or per month, so the quality should be very good so that it attracts the audience. There is no need to post 5 blogs in a month, so you can attract the same number of audience to the website even with the one quality blog content. So nearly 51% of the content consumption that comes to a website is through organic search, and studies show that content marketing costs very less when compared to traditional marketing, and also the result you get from content marketing is everlasting, and the leads you get is 3 times more than the leads which you obtain through traditional methods like TV ads or newspaper ads. And then so majority of the consumers feel that they have a more positive view of the brand after they start following the content of a particular brand. So next is there are some interesting facts about content marketing. So for a business, a blog generates more leads than any other source. And in content marketing, email marketing is the most widely used form. So when you take an article where we use appropriate images, an article without images, an article which has
ನಾಳೆಯಿಂದ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 8 ಗಂಟೆವರೆಗೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು.
Shobana, I think Abhinya has been muted.
hello.
Yeah, Abhinya, now we can hear you.
So if your target audience is millennials, you can use Instagram. And if your audience is diverse, like from youngsters to people who are above 50 years, then you can use Facebook. So why you're basically doing content marketing? So the key reasons why you're doing content marketing is, first one is generate website traffic. So all the form of marketing which we do is basically to increase your website traffic. So through content marketing, you can improve your website traffic. This is because the content which we create is basically everlasting. Like once you create a content and post it and it gets ranked by Google, so it will be present in the Google always and it will send traffic to your website continuously. Okay. So the next one is it builds trust and familiarity. So for a audience to use your brand, first they have to have trust over the brand. So you can achieve it by creating content that is relatable to them and which adds value to them. The next one is it positions your brand as an industry expert. So by continuously posting content which are specific to your industry, you can become a top leader in your particular niche. So if people are looking for any content that is related to a particular industry, people will look for your brand as a leader for that. So next one is it supports other marketing methods. So content is the basic backbone for any type of marketing. So be it paid advertising or the SEO, everything needs content. So the next one is improve website authority. So website authority is basically the score a particular website have, and it determines the level of trust audience have on your brand. So it ranges from 0 to 100. So how it improves your website authority is like by creating content that is liked by audience and that is preferred by them. So you can boost your website's authority, and this will make more people to trust your website and use it periodically and boost the website authority eventually. So now we have seen what are the benefits of content marketing. Next, we are going to see how to plan, execute, and set up and execute content marketing campaign. So it involves 5 steps. So first one is research ideas. So before doing anything, first step we do is brainstorming. So the goal of the goal of content marketing is to create content that is loved by your audience. So you have to come up with some ideas that is relatable to your audience. So since the aim of content marketing is to generate more website traffic, you should focus on keywords that the customer use to search for your particular brand. So the keywords are nothing but the words or phrases which people use to search for a particular thing. So the best way to find your keywords is there is a method called alphabet soup method. That is very simple. Like if you go to Google and search for a particular word, Google automatically gives you some suggestions. So through that suggestions, you can come up with some ideas which you can use to create your blogs or social media posts or even videos. So another great place to find your ideas is Google Trends. So if you go and put your keywords over there, so it automatically gives you some suggestions and it will give a list of trending words, trending topics which are related to your industry and how many people are have viewed that particular topic. So Google Trends is a great place to get some ideas to create your content. So you are done with researching. The next step is qualifying your idea. So you have to think about 2 things to qualify your idea. So it also revolves around your keywords. So one is high monthly search and low competition. So why high monthly search volume? Because if you use keywords which have high monthly search volume, it will be
வேர்ல்ட் எஜுகேஷன் வந்துச்சு. அவங்க உள்ள வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் என்னது மியூட்டே பண்ணாம இருக்காங்க. மியூட் பண்ணி விட.
So the next one, high monthly search volume is because if you use a keyword which has good search volume, it will be easier for your customers to find you online. And low competition because if you use a low competition word, it will be easier for you to get ranked through search engines like Google, and the competition will also be less for that particular keyword and you can get easily ranked to that keyword. So the next one is you can check the keywords using Google keywords. So it will show you what are the most searched keywords and what is their monthly search volume and what is the competition for them. And all the next step is, once you are done with the researching the ideas and qualifying it, the next one is creating the content. So the first step to create a content is to come up with a content calendar. You can use Google Sheets to create your own content calendar. Like um, the content calendar is very simple. So it is just to map out what are the ideas you are going to create, and when you are going to create your content. So you have to keep few things in your mind while developing your content calendar. First one is goal of your content. You have to have a clear idea of why you are creating that particular content. What is the motive behind that? You have to be very sure about that while creating your content. The next one is buyer personas. Buyer personas is nothing but your target audience. So who is your target audience? If your target audience is women, you have to create a content that is relatable to them. Or it is millennials, so you have to create a content that is relatable to millennials and loved by them. So next is type of content. You have to have a clear idea whether you have to go with you are planning to do blog type of content or video type of content, or you're going to create a post using images, or you're going to create a press release. You have to have a clear idea of what type of content you're going to create. The next one is where you're going to publish your content. So some of the best practices to keep in mind while creating content is, keep this as mantra that SEO is everything. So the content which we have should have the appropriate keywords to easily attract your target audience. And next one is, make sure the content you're creating is understandable even to a fifth grade kid, because the goal of creating content is to make it easy and readable to everyone. To make sure to use words that is understandable to all and easy to read. So avoid fluff content, right? If you're adding something that doesn't add value to that particular piece of content, better avoid. And last point is, when you're creating a blog, make sure that you're avoiding long blocks of text. Instead of that, you can break it into small subheadings and give appropriate titles for that, and add necessary images to that to add a more appealing feel to it. So now you have created your content. The next step is promoting content. So just creating a content and keeping it aside doesn't add any value, right? So you have to get more number of eyeballs in your content as soon as possible. So by getting more views on your content, you can boost your brand recognition and in turn increase your leads. So you can do it by two ways. One is by acquiring backlinks and social share. By doing these two can boost your website authority, increase your search engine ranking, and also increase your website traffic. So there are many ways by which you can promote your content. Like you can use social media, you can use emails, you can use paid ad campaigns, you can network with bloggers and influencers. We'll see each one individually. So first one is social media. So whenever you're creating a content, you can post it over social media. And also you can create one content and use it in many ways. For example, if you're creating a blog, you can make it as an infography and share it in Pinterest. And also you can create a eye-catching video from that particular blog and share it in YouTube, to make sure that the content you are creating can be used in multiple ways. The next one is emails. So to send emails, first you have to build a emailer list. So once your emailer list is built, you can use it to announce when a particular content is released. You can use it to announce your content is released or some interesting information is out using your emails. So you can also automate your email campaign, so that once you're done with all the designing and content part, you can automate it and it will be automatically sent to all the people in your emailing list. So next one is paid campaign, paid ad campaign. So by using paid ad campaigns, you can get your ROI easily. So you can use Google ads, Facebook ads. Today people are also using Instagram ads to make the content reach the targeted audience. So next one is the bloggers and influencers that are related to a particular niche. So by connecting with them, you can also acquire the audience they have in their own website. So when a person who is a well-renowned influencer or blogger talks about your brand, people will automatically, the trust the people have in your brand automatically increases and they will start visiting your website. So now you're done with promoting your website. The next step is tracking the results. So now we have to track whether the campaign which you have done is performed well or not, whether it is a success or a failure. So it is only possible by tracking your results. So you can see how many clicks your particular content get, and you can also see how those clicks are converted, whether they are converted into sales or people have signed up to your service or they have taken any other action. So you can see all those using Google Analytics. So Google Analytics will give you a clear idea of how many people have visited your ideas, the source from which the audience have come from, and what is the total clicks on your page, and even it gives you a clear idea about bounce rate, everything. So the next one is how we can measure your content marketing ROI. So how we can make sure that your content is success or not. So you can measure it using your brand awareness, engagement rate, retention, lead generation, and sales. So brand awareness, like by seeing how many people your brand have reached and how many new customers have come and visited your brand, you can use it as a factor to measure your ROI. Next is engagement rate, like how many people have clicked your particular post and interacted with them, have liked or shared it or commented on a particular blog or post. So the engagement rate gives you a clear understanding of how your ROI is. And next one is retention or loyalty. So like the purpose of content marketing is not only getting new customers, but also retaining your old customers as well. So it also plays a major role in your ROI. The next one is lead generation. So we have to calculate how many clicks are converted into actual leads and how we can effectively use it. And next one is sales and conversions. Like it's like just like calculating how many of your clicks and engagements have turned into sales or conversions. So these are some of the factors that are used to measure your content marketing ROI. So we have come to the end of the presentation. So basically, content marketing takes some time to show results, but when you practice it rigorously and over a period of time, the result you get from by doing content marketing is plenty. So it will definitely pay off over time, and by doing content marketing regularly, you can get a clear idea of what type of content works well with a particular audience and what doesn't work. So it will be helpful for you to improve and enhance your strategy so that you can easily capitalize on your success. So that's all for today. Thank you. So I'm done with presentation. So anyone have any questions?
Our perspective on how content marketing really works, topic that has to be looked to make us understand it as easily as possible. And I just have one question. In Rescaling, we talk about a lot of trending topics and use a lot of things that are happening in the right now, and we create content across it. So we create social media posts, we create blogs. So how important do you think in a content media strategy that fuels your exposure to new audiences? in terms of hopping onto the trends and creating content around it. So how important is it for brands to talk about the contemporary issues or like trends or fads or whatever that's happening on the internet?
So like just talking about what your business do all the times, like it will not work well with audience. Like by incorporating the trending things with your brand, you can show your audience that you care about what they think. And for example, if you're using the trending topics which are happening particularly now, so it will be very easier for the audience to, like, it makes it the post which we are creating more relatable, and it humanizes the brand.
So like by humanizing the brand, we are actually like connecting with the audience in sense of relevance and like other ways. So for example, we recently made a blog post about Black Lives Matter, about the like saddened demise of Mr. George Floyd. And I think a lot of audiences who are like searching for the content from Chennai, like trying to understand what this issue is about, it's going to like give them a lot of sense about what the issue is there. So rather than them just trying to understand what digital marketing is or any other form of marketing, they come to find a sensitive content about something like this, and they get like emotionally connected with the content. And I think brands are trying it like in larger ways, and it is extended to a form where a lot of people try to just use it for marketing gimmicks. But content marketing is not just for selling, and it is to like make the customer like feel or connect with the same vibe that they came in with. So that is my question. So thank you so much for answering, and it was really good listening from you. And guys, if you have any more questions, you can shoot it to Abhinya. I'm sure be glad to like let answer. Okay, Abhinya, thank you so much. I think we can close the episode for today. Thank you so much for doing this, and we'll see you again in another exciting episode. Until then, this is Team Reach Caroline and Abhinya taking care, signing off. Bye-bye.